What's up, guys? Today we're voiding the warranty on a VFC MP5A4, and because we all like a little bit of an unboxing, here's the box. Here's the replica. Okay, so we have the replica. Ta-da! Bam! Alright, 1 year warranty. It's gonna get voided. Full auto. But we're doing a DSG build today, if I haven't already said that. So let's do a quick jump cut and... Okay, if you can't tell, there's been some time change. There's a new angle, we got a new camera setup, so now you guys can actually see what I'm doing. But we're actually going to take a change here. In the meantime, with our jump cut, we epoxied our bushings, our FLT bushings, and then we also radiused our gearboxes, both our sides. So I'm actually going to just set these aside. We're going to focus on the hop up now. And now we can return back to our gearbox situation. Alright guys, so touching back in, this is why I like to post videos, because sometimes things happen that you can't really predict. So we have been using JB Weld, like their standard 4 to 6 hour epoxy. Like I said, so we have a 50-20 PSI, cures in 15 to 24 hours. It's resealable. Been using this for years and I've never had an issue up until this point. New tube. It's resealable, but I just opened this for this project and I'm on day 3 of fighting this thing. So as you can see, there's 4 bushings that have been installed and we don't have an issue. I prep everything prior, so we clean with alcohol. I generally take a dental pick and scrape. As you can see, it is bare metal here. And then also scrape the side of my FLT bushings. And as you can see, I mean, had to press fit them in, so we know that we have good contact. But this is what I mean by this. Sometimes you can't really help things and you have to troubleshoot. So what I found out is, just like you saw, I epoxied everything, shimmed everything up, went to test with our little quicker guy here that I talked about in the last clip. And first few rounds sound great. Everything shimmed perfectly, and then it makes a real high-pitched screeching noise. Take it apart, can't find anything shimming-wise that would be an issue. And it turns out that our bushings have just cut free with our epoxy. So I found out that it is our JB Weld that's bad. It's not making a good bond. So. And like I mentioned, there's 2 different materials, and one of them, it's not a material issue with our metals. It's not bonding in these 2 sections with our FLT bushings. So, all right, guys. So we're back, and it was 100% the issue that I had stated prior. So previous JB Weld wasn't working. Bushings were spinning in the gearbox, causing friction and a high squeal. So you can see here what I was talking about. So I don't have a MOSFET in. So we hook our battery into just a micro switch and then run our wires, and then we can hear our shimming. So, but this is what it sounds like. So I'll just jump cut a little bit to the gearbox open and the gears aside, and then you'll be able to see everything from there. So awesome, super excited. Let's jump right back in. Alright guys, so I'm back. Everything is open. Basically going to just go through this build like I normally would at this point. We have a good fit, and then comes with two O-ring styles. This is like a Viton, is the brownish, which is what I'm going to use. We're going to just lube it up, as well as lube my cylinder. Yeah. Woo! Compression. There we go. That's just the inside of the cylinder. There's some, sounds like direct contact with the head there. And then what I like to do, not only to check AOE or angle of engagement, but also to check my shimming, because I want the teeth on my gear to not extend past the right side too much or the left side. Basically, I just want as much surface area as possibly can have with contact. So flat wise, I can see that I make direct contact and I'm not extending gear wise past the top side. And my angle of engagement is nothing but perfect at that angle. So I have direct pickup and I have enough teeth to clear on my gears. We're going to set our gear aside. The next thing I really like to do, just to make sure, is I'll actually take my piston out of my cylinder. I will close up my gearbox. Don't necessarily need to screw everything down. You can if it makes you feel better. And I just like to tilt to see if I have any sort of friction on my piston. So we know our piston's going to work, we know our cylinder's going to work, we know our cylinder head's going to work. The next step is to make sure our tappet is going to work. Now, what we're going to test, we're going to make sure that our pickup shaft engages at around the same time that our piston is picked up. We also want to make sure that we are releasing our tappet before our piston. My X-Acto knife and trim. Cool. And that's basically it for prep as far as I'm concerned. Keep it like that. We also do have an upgrade tappet return spring, which you need in a DSG instance for feeding. And that's basically it technical wise, prior to our MOSFET coming in, installing that, and basically putting everything together. So I'm gonna jump cut again, and we'll be right back. Okay, we had another jump cut, but we're back. As you can see, everything's just kind of organized up here. Long awaited package. Finally got our MOSFET. So take a look at what we got here. We have our screws and items to re-put this back together, and I think we're gonna do it. Nice. All right, so I threw the upper on. We got a high cap in here. I was able to get the selector right where we needed it. So we have safe. We do have semi. I'm gonna chrono this real quick. We're right at like 237 FPS. It's 0.52 joules on a 2, which throws us at like 0.84 joules on a 3.2. I'm going to tune it a little bit. I think I'm going to throw an M130 in this or add some spacers to the back just to fine tune a little bit better. But we are feeding every shot, and full auto we got 40 rounds a second, 39. I'm super happy with this. It worked out really well. I'm honestly happy with how this build turned out. So insane. That's where we're at. If you guys enjoyed this build, I know there's a shit ton of jump cuts. There's quite a bit going on. I didn't really do a tutorial-esque video on this guy. If there's anything that you guys do want to see, let me know. Let me know changes that you want to see. If you don't like the jump cuts, if you don't like things going on, that's absolutely fine. I understand. I'm still learning this stuff. But I always appreciate you guys stopping by. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe if this is something that you enjoy. Appreciate you guys stopping by, and thank you. Have a good one.